Hello and welcome back to Madeline and Penelope Capital. Today we're talking about Intuitive Machines, ticker symbol LUNR. As a disclaimer, this is not investment advice. This is just a research video that I put together meant to be educational as well as entertaining. We're going to take a look at a few different news clippings and articles surrounding the company as of recently, and then we're going to jump into the charts. I greatly appreciate your time. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Please enjoy.
I want to take you now over to the Johnson Space Center in Houston. NASA and Intuitive Machine officials are discussing the Odysseus moon lander and its current situation. Let's listen.
The economics of landing on the moon. And we've kicked open the door for a robust, thriving cislunar economy in the future. That's compelling. And so I think this CLIPS experiment, this first landing, this success on the moon, first time in 52 years, is really a point in history that we should celebrate as we move forward to subsequent missions around the moon. We could not have done this alone. This was truly an integrated global effort, and I don't think everybody was aware of that. We returned to the moon as a commercial company, but we had multiple government agencies that we worked with. We worked with NASA, of course, and multiple departments within NASA. We worked with the FAA, the FCC. We worked with the Eastern Range, all of those to get off the ground. We then had a whole series of international partners that we used as not only our lunar data network antenna dishes on the ground, but also in the supply chain. We had Australia, the United Kingdom, Japan, South Africa, the United States dishes, and KSAT dishes, KSAT based out of Norway, in India, Singapore, Dubai, French Guiana, and Mauritius in India. The supply chain, I got to talk about a little bit from Canada, MDA and Canadensis. Sweden, AAC Clyde Space provided that impeccable power system for us on the Odysseus lander. From Spain, where we got those Thalassalinia radios that gave us the ranging tones for orbit determination. And the United States, we leveraged countless companies and their strengths in our domestic supply chain. Everyone deserves a thank you for allowing us as Intuitive Machines to take the lead and lead the United States back to the moon.
Okay, so let's take a look at this article from the Financial Times. First commercial moon mission will try to revive lander as lunar night ends. I'm going to go through the entire article, but more importantly, why I chose to highlight this article is it just takes a very, very straightforward approach to the current news of the moon landings and, President Biden, speaking high praises for the company. But more importantly, it's just the amount of engineering to bring the data back down to earth about the missions. It just speaks volumes of the type of technology in the companies that we like, right? So yeah, space travel, it's very science fiction. It's very, it is what it is, right? You choose to believe what you want to believe. But we hold Rocket Lab in ArcX, and we chose to open a position into Intuitive, and we like what the article points out. More importantly, right here, that the carrying payloads worth $500 million or more, in turn increasing the prices it will be able to charge for its services. Now, as a commercial, moon space travel, type of company, it's exactly what we want to be holding for the long term, right? Like, this is not something, at least in my opinion, I'm not just getting in this. I'm not trying to trade this. Most of the companies that we hold in Madeline and Penelope's portfolios are for the long run, right? Like for more than 10 years. This is why I chose to highlight and research this company and to get behind this company. So the stock was trading in the fives, and we'll see here in a minute the charts, but let's take a look at another article from Investor Place between Lunar, Rocket Lab, or Virgin Galactic. Between the three companies, this article just speaks its praises on Rocket Labs and Intuitive Machines' behalf, and it's not very bullish on Virgin Galactic, which is what I would assume for anybody who's paying attention to space travel and, what is it, Blue Origin from Amazon and Jeff Bezos, and SpaceX is obviously probably, it is. They are the big dog in the race when it comes to space travel. But the article does a good job of highlighting Intuitive Machines' share price as it took a dive. It probably was a good momentum for investors to take a look at the stock at a good price, and so that's probably why they chose it as second best compared to Rocket Lab, which is it's more widely known than Intuitive Machines. It's inside of ARC-X. Cathie Wood owns it, so we own it. Of course, we own Rocket Lab, but I just thought not to take a flyer, but to really open up a small position and kind of see where it goes. And the article again just does a good job of talking about Cathie Wood's stake in Rocket Lab, and I'm not trying to say that they're exactly alike, but compared to Virgin Galactic, which is not our cup of tea, right? Nothing against it. We applaud what they want to do and what they're trying to do, but it's just something that I can't get behind right now. It's not something that I really see as a very strong, it doesn't make me want to go out and buy the company or at least participate in it. But of course, the article just does a really good job of highlighting Rocket Lab and Intuitive Machines' place in space travel, especially where the most recent activity and all the news that's going on with their lunar missions. So it's just, it's nice. I'll leave it all in the description. I'll leave all the links to all the articles as I always do. But yeah, the verdict is in. Rocket Lab is, especially when Cathie Wood's buying up, shares of it. So let's take a look right here inside of my trading view. I'm taking a look from just a little bit before the year. And what do you know, this past week took a little surprise on its earnings. It was very, very good news, in my opinion. Because when you open up a position and it's trading low, obviously, right, everyone wants to buy a stock and all of a sudden it just moons. But no, like some of the technical analysis I had done prior to this video just kind of reaffirms that what we're seeing here. So I'm drawing a trend line, and the trend line is touching a bottom, and the trend line is ascending, touching at least 2 points, moving upward, and the upper echelon and the resistance of this channel, I'm not going to draw the entire trend line moving all the way back. If you take the trend line moving all the way back, the stock was trading much higher, and of course it took a nice dive, and now we're in this channel. So on top of this trend line that I have, I'm going to throw in a Fibonacci retracement just so you can see and appreciate the levels of what it's trading at and how it is going to trade in this channel that's moving, that it's ascending. I can see it bumping around $6-7. It can drop back down to the $5. It doesn't have to stay inside of this channel. It can definitely drop down to, it can drop down back to the $2, $2.50 range. It totally can. Anything can happen. I'm not claiming to know what's going to happen, but I just can appreciate the price movement, especially after that earnings, right? So if it just trades sideways for a little bit and it tests that, mid $7 to $8 range, and then it takes off and it looks for the $10 range for the resistance, then that's, it would probably just confirm our work on it, my work on it. And if it dumps down and it trades in the high 4s and the mid 5s, then it's in that 484 retracement level. But we look forward to the next earnings and revenue statement, which is going to happen May 9th. And the estimates for it are just kind of sideways. There's nothing like a big, super, I guess, optional way of looking at it. I don't play options, but, if there are like options for it to trade, to $8 from May, I wouldn't be surprised that there'd be a lot of contracts for that, and a lot of heavy bets that it moves up to over the $8 range. But I just happen to think that as it trades inside this channel, hopefully as we get closer to that next earnings, that we see it touch a new support and we see it continue to ascend. But that's my chart. I'm going to leave it here. I want to thank you for your time. Please continue to share, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It really helps the channel grow. It allows people to find my channel. And yeah, if there's another company, ETF, IPO, cryptocurrency, anything that you want to see me research, just, drop it in the comment section below and I'll do my best to get to it as soon as possible. Okay, take care.